Hi, my name is Paulina Loanos, student from Tech Milenio Campus Durango. I will talk about the Cold War. Cold War is denominated to the political and ideological confrontation that there was between the United States and the Soviet Union or Union of Soviet Socialist Republics, named as USSR, both to want to impose their hegemonies in the rest of the world. The Cold War, which began after the Second World War in 1945 and ended after the extinction of the Soviet Union on 1991. The disagreement in the division of Germany between the victorious powers of the Second World War caused the split of the Western world in two blocks, one communist, led by the USSR, and another capitalist, dominated by the United States. Both blocks maintained a tense relationship that treated the unleashing of the third major conflict. There were a few of the important days of the Cold War. I will mention some of them. In 1946, on February 9, Stalin made a speech about how incompatible the capitalist and communist world are. On March 5, Churchill made a speech Iron Curtain in Fulton. On March 12 of 1947, Truman's speech before Congress called for help to Turkey and Greece called Truman Doctrine. On that same year, on June 5, George Marshall made a speech at Harvard proposing a plan to help Europe called Marshall Plan. On December, the civil war in China begins between Mao Zedong's Communist Force and Chiang Kai-shek's National. In 1948, on March 17, the Treaty of Brussels takes place. On June 24 is the beginning of the blockade of Berlin. In 1953, on March 5, death of Stalin occurs. In 1973, on January 27, the Peace Treaty of Vietnam is signed in Paris. End of the North American intervention, although the war continues. The Cold War is called like that because the United States and the Soviet Union never faced directly from the military point of view. Although there were no direct wars, there was a big tension. There was indirect confrontation. Two of the economic systems were capitalism and socialism. The capitalism is an economic and social system based on the means of production that must be privately owned. The market serves as mechanism to allocate scarce resources efficiently, and capital serves as a source of generate wealth. In socialism, Karl Marx and Friedrich Engels were the founders of it. It's a doctrine or economic and social system that focuses its ideological basis on the defense of collective property against the connect of private ownership of productive means and distribution. My interview is to my uncle of 52 years old. He knows a little bit about the Cold War. What countries were the world leaders during this period?
Soviet Union and United States.
Why did countries who were allies during the wars become enemies afterwards?
Because the political difference they had.
Where did the Cold War take place?
Vietnam.
What opinion did the general public have of the Cold War?
Pérdida de recursos de ambos países, incontables vidas.
What type of weapons did the two world powers have at their disposal?
Rifles, bombas, misiles, escopetas.